All right, well, welcome to our team benefit call for Tuesday, November the 24th. And I'm super excited about the call tonight. Not only are amazing things happening on our team, but, sorry, I'm muting people. But also there are some really, really fun things that I've got to share tonight. And I also added rum to my Shakeology today. So that makes it just extra fun when you do that, you know? Okay, so we're gonna dig right in, and because there are a couple of different things I wanna do or talk about, I just want to jump right in and go straight for it. So the first part is going to be more information based, and the second part will be more application / inspiration based, if you will. So I've got on the call tonight, we've got Kelly, Kendra Carey, Holly, Dina, Christina, actually, so everybody that was there with us in Dallas at Platinum Edge is on the call tonight. So I appreciate you guys making it happen to be on here and be able to share. What we're going to talk about tonight is branding, and Michelle Myers did an amazing job on branding. And I know I'm not the only one that thought that she really rocked it, but I've got pages of notes, but I'm actually going to turn it over and make it more of what we could call a roundtable discussion on branding. And I'll kind of start and set the stage, if you will. But then if you girls that were there want to jump in and talk about some of the other things, even if you've got your notes in front of you and want to kind of go through that as an outline for people. So everybody should have a pen and paper handy. Everybody should be ready to take notes because there's a ton of good stuff here. Okay, so your brand is really the only thing that you can offer your customers that other people can't. And oh wait, hold on. It says you stopped video sharing. Can anybody else see me?
No, Tracy, I can see you. It just won't let me share my video, and I'm guessing that Christy is having the same. You see how you don't see all of us?
Yeah.
It says the host stopped the video sharing.
Hold on. Let me see.
I don't know if you care, but if you want to see my lovely face, you're gonna have to.
I always want to see your face. Ask to start video. Let's see if that works.
There you go.
Start video. Yay. Okay, so.
Okay. So hopefully, I don't know if everybody else saw that problem.
I think we're good. Okay, perfect. All right, thank you for that. Okay, so basically, the only thing that we can't offer, or that we can offer that other coaches can't, is ourselves. So that's why branding is so crucial, so critical to our business, because we need to be setting ourselves apart from the other 400,000 coaches that are out there. Would one of you guys take this dog and put him up? Okay, thanks. And what I wrote down for myself during that time that she was just kind of introducing that concept is, how do I figure out what my place is in coaching, in this whole thing called Team Beachbody? How do I figure out what my purpose is in coaching? And a couple of things that you can ask yourself to determine that, and then I'll pass this on because there are some other good tools, exercises that you can take yourself through. But one is just where you are in life and what you enjoy. Just kind of two really quick and easy things to look at is what is it that you enjoy and where are you in life? Do one of you girls want to kind of walk them through maybe those first 4 exercises, questions, if you will, that she asked us to go through?
I have my answers written down, but looks like I may have taken a picture of the screen, so I'll have to get my phone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I couldn't write it all fast enough with my answers along with it.
Anybody else have the questions written down?
I think I took a picture, so I'll have to, if you give me a second, I'll look through my photos.
Well, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
You have
Okay, well, I'll be doing this part.
Is it the 7 questions?
I've got 8, but yeah, basically.
Okay, like, how do I figure out my place and purpose?
Yep.
Is that the ones you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay. I have 7. I don't know.
Okay. I'll include whichever one you don't have.
Okay. Let's see. Well, maybe I only have answers.
I found my picture.
Oh, okay.
I found the picture, so I can read them off if you want me to.
Okay, sure. Give us time to complete some of the answers in between.
Okay. The Power of You quiz. How do I figure out my place and purpose in coaching? So number 1, when you're in a bookstore, what section of the store are you drawn to? Number 2, write down 3 questions, topics, or categories you're asked about most often.
I think I can interject here.
Yeah.
This may or may not have to do with health.
Number 3, if you were a superhero, what would your superpower be? List at least 3. And then she talked a lot about it not being like flight and mind reading, but it being, I don't know, somebody else might want to interject here to clarify, but it's more like,
she kind of said it's like the things that people say, like, how do you do that? Like, I think of things like, how do you get up at 5 a.m. and do your workout every day? Or the things that people find, like, admirable about you.
Yeah, so that's your superpower.
That's something I think is a really cool one, because usually what makes us special is something that we completely overlook because it comes so naturally to us that we don't think anything about it. And we've got this huge value to add to other people, but we usually discount it because it comes so naturally to us that we assume that everybody else is just that same way, or that they can do that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that, Tracy. I think this is a hard one for me to come up with because I often find, like, I don't really do anything special. What do you mean? You know,
yeah,
because I just do what I do.
You know, this one would be a good one to ask even on social media. Ask your Facebook friends.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Be an engaging post, and you would also see what other people learn, what other people see about you. Somebody said, let's see, Brittany, can we repeat that one? The second question is, what are 3 topics that you get asked about a lot? Okay, go. You're up, Holly.
Okay, sorry. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at my picture, so I have no idea.
Oh no, that's okay.
So what did you enjoy doing when you were 10 years old? And she went into that one a bit more in detail as well. Not necessarily like what you wanted to be when you grew up, but more what did you spend your time doing? What did you enjoy and have fun with?
For example, mine, I asked for a typewriter for Christmas and luggage. Like, I think those are kind of some telling things about my personality. They may not be positive, but they're telling.
All right, number 5. Looking back on your life, 20 to 30 years from now, what do you hope is said about you? So in 20 to 30 years, what do you want others to be able to say about you right now? Number 6, if people who know you had to say what is memorable about you, what would most people say?
I think that's another cool one that would be fun to put out on social media to see what people would actually say. A fun, engaging post.
A scary post?
Agree. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. I did something like this. I believe it was at Platinum Edge last year. There was a question that got posed about, I probably was with the branding, the same kind of concept. And it was kind of cool to put it out there and see what, because I had some people who didn't really know me that well, who only really knew me on social media. And so to see the differences of what they said to me as opposed to my close friends, it was kind of, I don't know, neat little social experiment.
Okay, and then I also only had 7, so I had the last one is, what message, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. What message getting out means more to you than the money coming in? Oh, okay, so what message do you want to get out more, that means more to you than the money coming in? That's kind of worded weird.
Yeah. But basically, like, what is so important to you? What would you get on a soapbox about for free? And I think the reason why I had 8 is because maybe I started the next section and I numbered it.
Oh yeah, that could be the challenges.
Right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Unless you guys already have a post that was done like 5 minutes ago, pull up your phone and go post one of these questions.
Whoa, putting us on the spot.
Oh yeah, we are all about action. Okay, so to repeat those 2 questions, one was, or number 1 would be really cool. In a bookstore, what sections are you drawn to? People would.
I see that one. That's a good engaging post for like your like page.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, it's not going to tell us about ourselves. It's going to tell us about them, but that's good stuff.
Right. But I think on your like page, it's people who don't, I mean, they don't know you, but maybe you want to know what are they getting from you.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Okay, so why am I not being able to figure out what were the 2 questions that we said?
What, like your superpower question. So maybe like, what do people find admirable about you?
Oh dear. Can we word that in a different way?
Well, sure. Like, what, you don't want to say, what do you admire about me?
Why am I so awesome?
Right. I like it.
Go big or go home.
What? And then it was, what will people remember in 20 to 30 years? What do you want them to remember you? Or what do you?
We can't do that.
No, you can't word it like that. But you could say.
What about like?
What's my most memorable?
Feature,
characteristic or something.
When you think of me, what do you think about? What do you think of? Or is that weird too?
What about?
I think now it's flashing back to me. Last year it was like you had to people had to give one word that described you and explain why, and it was
okay,
kind of interesting.
Okay, so should we kind of categorize it and just do fun social experiment? Name one word that pops into your head when you think of me.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
No, I think that's perfect.
Okay. Oh boy. Here we go.
Then we're going to have to report on this at the end of this call, aren't we?
Yeah, of course.
So how are we saying it? What one word do you think of when you think of me, and why?
I'm saying give me one word that comes to mind when you think of me.
I'm not even going to put why.
I want to know why. So I'm going to put bonus.
I want to know, but I don't know if I'm afraid that might keep people from answering if they have to go spend that extra time.
I'm going to say extra credit. Tell me why.
Okay, I like that. So I just put fun social experiment. Name one word that describes me for extra credit. Tell me why. And I'm even going to put a little emoticon.
I was just debating on what would be cute emoticons.
Okay, like I'm going to put the monkey hiding his eyes.
Hilarious.
That's funny because I was putting the monkey hiding his mouth.
Holly, what does that say about your personality?
Exactly. I don't think I want to know what my friends think about me.
Okay. Okay, so the next piece, the next block was, are you guys ready for it?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. Write down the first 3 things that come to mind, and now I'll give you categories. So the first one is priorities. So write down the first 3 things that come to mind when you think about your priorities. And again, these are going back to help you define your brand, define what it is that you post about daily, what it is that you become known for within Team Beachbody and outside of Beachbody as a CEO of your own company. The next one is values. First 3 things that come to mind when you think about your values. For some reason, that one was really hard for me. Next one is personality. Next is skills. Does anybody have trouble filling in 3 under skills? That Kelly, you said that? I didn't have any. I didn't fill that one in at all. Well, I mean, at all. Like that one was still blank. So I know that I struggled with that at Edge. I just put 2 down. But I think it's so, so, so important that we start to figure out what our strengths are and what value that we have, because that's where our self-confidence is going to come from, because we can take action. If we don't know that we've got any value to add, then we don't take action. If we don't take action, then we don't change anybody's lives. So it all comes back to starting with that gratitude for what you have and who you are, and building that self-worth. Okay, I think it's the last one. No, two more. Interests. So top 3 things that come to mind when you think about your interests. And I'm adding to my list tonight for that one. I found an aerial yoga place here in Naples. So I can start flying through the air and stuff. And the last one is experiences. So your brand must tell a story. And here's a quick 5-bullet outline that every story and every brand must tell, okay? So what you need to do from the information that you've just gathered, it's all great to come up with those things and fill it out, but what good is that going to do if you don't know how to apply it, right? So here's a format for how you can start to apply this in your business and on social media. You got to tell a story. Every post should tell a story, the story of your brand. So 1, there's a character, okay? Number 2, the character has a problem. Number 3, the character finds a guide. Number 4, the guide provides a solution to the problem. Oh, wow. Thank you there, Holly.
You're welcome.
I was like, what the heck is happening to my computer? And then number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, the guide motivates the character to action. Now, there are a few mistakes that people typically make. And the top mistake is that they make themselves the character or the hero of their story. I think I'm guilty of that. But we are the guide in our story. Okay, we are not the main character. Our customer, our coaches, they are the main characters who had a problem and they found us their guide. We have guided them to a solution and we motivate them to action. Does that make sense? So we need to make every person feel like they are the hero of their story, right? The second top mistake is clarity, and this one was really, it hit home with me. She asked the question, how hard is it for customers to know how to do business with you? Is it clear for them to know how to order a challenge pack through you? Is it clear for them to know how to connect with you? Is it clear for them to know how to follow you and what's coming up that they can engage with you in? Part of that is that we need to make sure that our targeting is, or our marketing is very targeted. So she really encouraged us to find seek out people that will unfollow us, or not be afraid of people unfollowing us at all, because that really tells us that we're getting very targeted in who we're attracting. And if people don't like my post about adding rum to their Shakeology, they can unfollow me, and obviously they're not the right fit, right? I'm okay with that. It's okay to be, for me, for my target market, it's okay to be fun and funny every once in a while and not worry about it. If they can't handle that, then they need to unfollow me, and that's okay, right? So we need to be really forward and specific And a brand, she said, a brand that tries to satisfy everyone satisfies no one. So again, don't be afraid to be really, really targeted and specific in who you're going after. And I know it's really tempting and really easy at the beginning to get into the mindset that we're desperate for anybody and everybody. Like, I'll take it, and especially this time of month, right? But it doesn't change our branding. Obviously, if somebody comes to us to help them, we're gonna help them. But it shouldn't change our branding to switch over to desperation mode, okay? Next was selling to external problems. This one is really good. Also, average businesses sell to external problems. Top performing businesses sell solutions to internal problems. So again, that one goes, what that means is an average business is going to put out there, here are my wraps, and here is my shake, and this makes you lose 10 pounds, right? But the top performing business is going to talk about how that person feels now and how they're going to feel later. And they're selling an experience, they're selling a lifestyle, they're selling a feeling, and they're selling emotion. Okay? Total difference there between selling facts and figures versus emotion and telling a story. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, even though there's lots more good stuff, and we can pick it up another time. But definitely put those things into place. Narrow that stuff down. Fill in those blanks that you didn't get to fill in tonight. Narrow it down, because it's going to make your posting so much easier to be consistent. When you've got an outline of a story of what you're trying to cover each day. For me, I ended up with a bunch of F's, like family, faith, fitness, funny, fashion. It ended up, I didn't intend to start everything with an F, but it ended up that way. But for you, come up with those things that you can go back to all the time and say, oh, I haven't posted anything like that. And go to Google and Google it and put something in there, And that'll help you stay on track with your posting, because if you're not sharing your story, your journey every single day on social media, you're not going to have anybody follow you. You're not going to reach your goals. So we got to go back and remember why we're doing this. It always comes back to that. Why are we doing this? Okay, so I just got off the phone this evening with my Tony Robbins coach. And as I was, sorry, hold on. What's happening? Honey, go to bed. As I was in Dallas with you, some of you girls, was talking about Ronnie showing up to Dallas. And basically, what I want to take you guys through is what's called an RPM. Okay, so it's results, purpose, and massive action plans. So what I'm going to have you do is get a blank sheet of paper, divide it into 3 columns. So 2 lines down the middle so that you've got 3 columns, okay? Everybody's doing this. Blank sheet of paper. Take your time. Get it. Good news is you don't need like tissues. It's not going to make you cry. Okay. So this is, you can put RPM at the top, results, purpose, and then map, M-A-P. In your, over the top of your middle column, that should be your results or your outcome. That's where your SMART goal comes into play. Remember the acronym for SMART? Measurable, attainable, realistic, time, focus, something like that. On the right hand, that column is for your purpose. And then the left column is your massive action plan, MAP, massive action plan. So we're going to break down We still got a month and a week. So 5 weeks, essentially 6 weeks left of 2015. We're going to create an RPM for the last weeks of the year. And I did this. I promise I just did it. And now you get to do it too. So what we're going to start with is the middle column, which is your outcome. What is your SMART goal for the last 6 weeks of the year? Go ahead and write that down. And this is business related. You may have other areas, and you should have other areas of life that you have goals in. But for our purposes tonight, this one is business related. According to my calculations, as a total, we need about 12 coaches total, adding those people to the team to hit 5-star elite. So I think that's pretty cool just to know that that's all. That's all. A dozen. Okay. Do you guys have your middle, your business goal? Then we're going to head to the right column and describe your purpose. Why is that goal important to you? And after you come up with an answer, give me a thumbs up. After you write down your purpose, I want you to look at what you just wrote and then answer the question in that same column. How is this going to make me feel? When I reach this goal and fulfill this purpose, how's that going to make me feel? Okay, now that you've got that, take a look at that answer. What else? What more? Dig deeper. Why is that really important to you? You wrote down your purpose, but why is that purpose important to you? Take it to the next level. Because this column, that's what's going to spur you to stay up later. That's what's going to spur you to get up earlier. That's what's going to spur you to do the action steps even when you don't feel like it. This is where it's at. Okay, and now our left-hand column, that's our massive action plan. And this is where you're going to brain dump all of the actions that you could take to reach your goal. So let's spend a few minutes and write down all of the miscellaneous, just brain dump, all the actions that you could potentially take to reach that goal by the end of the year. Okay. How many people do we have on the call? About 10? Okay. So what I would love for you to do, action. She got on me tonight because apparently I used the word try. And I don't know how much you've read about the word try, but and I even posted on Facebook like last week or the week before about the word try, because trying indicates that you're not fully committed. Here's a good example, okay? Make sure, put everything out of your hands, empty your hands, okay? Now, I'm sure there's something in front of you because you've been writing, okay? So I want you to try and pick up your pen. Put it back down because I just said to try it. I didn't say to pick it up. I just said to try to pick it up. Right? You either pick it up or you don't. There is no try. There is no action in try. You either do it or you don't do it. So we talked a lot about some specific words like that word try. We don't try to do these things. We either choose to do the things on the massive action plan or we don't. We don't try to do it. We either choose the action or we don't choose the action. So anyway, I was like, wow, okay. Good stuff, right? We have to know then whether we are going to choose to believe in ourselves and choose that we can do this or we're not. And what I would love for you to do is to snap a picture of your page with at least, depending on how you wrote it out, wherever your massive action plan is. But I would assume for most people it's all on one piece of paper. So snap a picture of that, message it to me on Facebook for accountability, because my goal, the goal that I wrote down, is to help the team achieve their goals. And I can't help you do that if I don't know what they are. That's what's most important to me, is to help you guys reach your goals. Okay, everybody in? The thing that I believe is holding most people back, including myself, based on me saying the word try, is limiting self-belief. I think any of us that have even been on the one call with Ty, or maybe two, depending on who you are, if you've gotten to meet with him, that seems to be the common denominator, is a lack of, self-belief, or just these limiting beliefs that we have going on in our brain. So really and truly, if we want to reach these goals, that's where we have to go to. And she suggested to me tonight that before I sit down to do 15 minutes of connecting with people, what I'm calling my Superstar 15, she said, instead of just sitting down, get up, play a song, hype yourself up, get into that mindset that this is who I am, this is what I do, and why I'm doing it. And then go do your Superstar 15. and do, the quarter of your power hour, and then have a reward so that there's a trigger. Your trigger is, I do my incantations, I get into that mindset, I get into the role. For me, that's Ronnie. Then I do 15 minutes, and then after that, my reward is completely unplugging, because that's how I recharge. For you, that might be something different. Figure out what recharges you after you do that and reward yourself in that way. Okay? So the more times that we can do that, and I think I've been stopping myself from doing a power hour because it sounds so long. Like, where am I going to find a whole hour? Really? Who has an hour? So now that I've switched that to the Superstar 15, okay, that's a little more doable. I can do 15 minutes, right? So just start thinking about the way that you're phrasing things, or making them into smaller bite-sized chunks. Put that in your massive action plan. And then she did tell me, just to throw it out there, because it's in the bedroom right now, but I ended up ordering, basically, this is a huge disc set of Tony Robbins for the time of your life. It's called the Rapid Planning Method. And it's basically a 10-day program. It's taking me, just so you'll know, like realistically, it's taking me longer than 10 days to go through it. But it helps you learn how to do this. It helps you learn how to come up with your Ronnie, your version, your other person that is who you want to be, but you're not there yet. And then it all helps you put that into your day. And it comes with a planner, and it teaches you how to put that in your life into practice and get you to where you want to be. She said that whole program is half off right now through the end of the month. And it's normally $400 for $200. And she said, if there happen to be 4 people who want to do that, we all have to order it as a group. So if you are interested in that, shoot me a message. Let me know that you would be interested, even if it's just in learning more, and I can show you exactly what I've got. But then she'll do a webinar for us. And so she'll actually walk us through how to use all this and put our planner into place and all of that kind of thing. So anyway, I wanted to throw that out there to you. If you guys feel like that would be something that would be helpful to you, shoot me a message and I can give you more information so that you would know actually what you're getting. So thank you. What questions do we have about massive action plan? Do you guys need to swap ideas of, okay, I have this outcome, I have the results, I've got my purpose, but I have no idea how to get there? Are there any people who feel like they need to add more ideas to their massive action plan category? Pretty much everybody knows what to do. We just need to do it and dig back.
Hey, Traci, I just wanted to share, when you were talking about try there, the word try. Uh-huh. When I met with Ty, something that he said to me, and I think I've shared it with you, but I haven't shared it with the rest of the team. He made a comment about the word goal, and how for some people a goal can be an allowance to not achieve it. Whereas if you make it a decision versus a goal, you've made the decision that you're going to go and get it. Rather than saying, oh, I'm going to try and achieve my goal, you've made the decision. So then you will take action.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And she did tell me, I was like, yes. She said tonight that I need to basically reach out to some people with boldness and say, here's our team goal. Here's what we're going to do. How can I best support you? What's it going to take? Let's do it. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Just want to make sure everybody knows that my goal is to help you achieve your goals, and it's not for the sake of any, certain goal of mine. But so anyway, if you get one of those messages, know that I'm just doing what she told me to do. So anyway, I love you guys. I'm so thankful that we were all on the call tonight. And if you have other questions or whatever after the call that you want to chat about, just shoot me a message. So